8 yards to go from the 30-yard line for Ohio State. Green back to throw. Getting pressure. Gets it off. Intercepted by Barney Person. Now UCLA all fired up as the football at the Ohio State 38-yard line. They put one on here, Keith, and the game begins to tighten when the momentum.
2 and 4 to the slow-mos, Johnny. Okay, 76, camera 1. Defense 76, defense 86. Camera 3, camera 2, you've got the ball.
Carroll gets it up. Has a man, Wally Henry.
Oh, we got it on slow-mo A, Andy.
All right, watch the slow-mo A.
Let's take a look at it again. Inside handoff fake, and Shara comes up with the ball and drills it in, and that is a catch by Henry.
Freeze it.
Boy, I could really go for a piece of chicken.
Hang on, we've got 11 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the game.
When the Los Angeles Coliseum was built for the 1932 Olympics, television was only a curiosity. Today, workers are preparing the field for a nationally televised primetime football game between UCLA and Ohio State. 31 million people will see the show, live and in color. Andy Sedaris will direct it.
I must do live shows because that's part of my, it's what I get a high on. There's the countdown on the wall when you start seeing the second hand moving up with 10, 9, 8. It's almost like a countdown of a rocket going off or something. And the producer's next to you, and you know there's a million things that are going to start coming together. And all the talk on the headsets and all the confusion and everything starts to come down to where just my voice is heard. And the countdown is coming, and boom, we're on the air.
Maybe it'd be a better idea if I just bring it out. All right, I can do it.
Wednesday morning, 3 days before the game, 5 trucks and a 50-man crew arrive at the Coliseum. These men have worked together for 10 years, broadcasting nationwide from a new location each week.
Get in Chicago about 4:30 or 5 a.m., get out about 6 a.m., be in at 7, sleep till 10.
50 live sports broadcasts a year, setting up and packing up, living in hotels, and moving their vast tangle of electronics from town to town. This 3-hour broadcast will require about $2 million in equipment and several thousand hours of labor.
Yeah, it's in.
4 cameras in the stands, 3 on the sidelines, and a camera in the Goodyear blimp, 2,000 feet above. Slow motion machines for instant replay, videotape recorders, microphones, coffee machines, and miles of camera cable. Commands and directions are carried on 3 intercom channels, and 9 telephone lines link with the outside world. Thousands of connections, made and remade at each new location. Slowly, in the days and hours before airtime, they lace it all together and hope that everything works.
Hello, Bob. Hello, Bobby Greensack. Yeah. Fire camera 4 whenever you're ready.
It all feeds into the production control center, a specially designed video truck parked outside the stadium.
So actually this is the control part of the whole truck. Everything that happens back here before it gets up into the front. We have 2 color monitors up there. One is for the senior video man who matches all the cameras and tries to keep the colors all the same. And then we have a transmission switcher here where we can set all phases before they ever go into their main switcher. We have facilities to do just about anything that we would ever have to do in a truck here.
You know how it all works?
Yes, I gotta know.
These are some of the biggest alcoholics you'll ever meet on any sportscast right here. What do you think, Dick? These guys drink a lot, I'll tell you that. See you.
Huh? Well, I was in. You know who she went with? She went with them. Now we got it. All right, would you go to the left 642, please?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, how about the near crowd mic?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
SMU Peruna song one time for the guys of us that are still pulling for SMU. a lot of colleges, you know, they'll have great teams, and they'll be yelling stuff like, "We're number one. We're number one." At SMU, we used to yell, "We're number 36." Then we're number 32. These numbers would come out of the stands. And then we're number 45. Whatever the poll had us at. You know, we were never that good, but we had the prettiest women in the world. Right, Skip?
Yes,
The most beautiful women in the world, I got to tell you. All in cashmere, little skirts, little penny loafers, and each year the pennies were updated. Fantastic. I loved them. You know, that's the one thing that I loved about going to college. I was a girl watcher when I was 3 inches high. I was a girl watcher. I came out and said, "My God, it's frightening. Look at those women out there. Every one of them need to be kissed and hugged and taken care of."
How'd you get the idea for Honey Shots?
I got the idea for Honey Shots because I am a dirty old man. Okay, because I turned 17, I remember it was terrifying. Every time I'd look at a girl, I just trembled. And I thought, if I'm like that, maybe other people are like that. And you know what? They are. They sure as hell are.
Andy is, I think, complements me well in that I am a little bit quicker fused and a little bit more volatile and a little louder than Andy's.
Working closely with Sedaris and having overall responsibility for the broadcast is the producer, Chuck Howard.
And let's face it, this is live. It isn't Marcus Welby where if something wrong with take two, they take one, they have take two. If we aren't isolated on the guy who makes the touchdown catch, then we can't replay it.
Then if we had some of his other credits, we could also put in the role.
No, that's going to be too much. You're only going to have 15 cents. Rick?
A special team of young technicians handle all statistics.
Correct. Your final page, and that goes at 1870.
Names and numbers for the broadcast are generated on two small computers called chyrons. Yards gained and lost, scores from other games, completions and interceptions, all of it entered into the machine's memory, constantly updated, and called onto the screen when needed.
Chuck, would you prefer Howard Hopalong, Cassidy? Quote Hopalong for people that might remember him as that, or just Howard Hopalong?
Okay. What I do on Fridays is I come in on Fridays and we have a camera rehearsal. But before we have our camera rehearsal, I put up cards everywhere so I know which monitor refers to which camera on the field. In this particular case, tomorrow's ball game, we have 8 cameras. We have 5 cameras that are primarily covering the ball game. 2 handheld cameras for color, for coaches and benches and cheerleaders, etc. And we have a blimp. So essentially what the director does is look at all these pictures, coordinate through his mouthpiece, through his headset, to all the cameramen, and calls out which pictures in which sequence that he wants these pictures to be on the air. And it's all very complicated.
Andy, what is the blimp going to be able to see?
We'll see the entire LA basin. We should be able to get some nice smog shots the way it is today and the way it's going to be tomorrow.
Let's see one.
Put one up on the line.
Late Friday afternoon, 24 hours to airtime, Sedaris and Howard moved to the control truck for camera rehearsal, checking the setup for the last time.
One, it looks a little caca because of the light source. You got an extender in there too, right, Evan? All right, so 2, 3, and 4 look fine.
What is
and
this? Look at camera 7.
Yeah, camera 7 is really
worst looking.
How do you guys see the UCLA numbers when we can't see them in here? Poorly.
Poorly.
Right? Huh? Yeah, Braille. I'm him. Now, Mike, which end zone are you able to break into? Okay, opposite Evan and the Chancellor. We didn't show the Chancellor last time, and we're not showing him this time, Mike. We're gonna show girls. No more of those. We've got to show some girls, and occasionally we'll get a football play in there, if we're lucky.
Andy will love that.
Portions of the broadcast are pre-recorded on videotape, including a halftime piece about the UCLA campus.
That'd be great for something like player intros. Huh?
Chuck will love it, huh?
From the booth at 3:30, and Bill, you've got 3 things. You've got the campus, the NCAA, and the Fireman's Flashback. So at 6:00:30, Andy, we have opening billboard, and we come out of that with a blimp.
Planning for this broadcast began months ago, and now on the morning of the game, key personnel gather at the Century Plaza Hotel for a final production meeting.
At this time, Jeff, we're going to want music. The bands will be back in their seat, having finished their pregame thing. Okay. Keith and Bud, we're not going to tape your opening ahead of time.
Announcers Keith Jackson and Bud Wilkinson will do their commentary from the press booth.
I would like to do a thing just with one freeze frame of Griffin and Sharp. You've already talked about the game and the weather, and you've had a minute and a half.
Tonight's plan, detailed to the second and passed on to a team of young associate directors and assistants.
Another aspect of this game is its possible Heisman Trophy ramifications. And just short, and Roger, I'm not going to show the footage.
Roger Goodman, who will coordinate commercials. Rick LaCivita, in charge of the Chiron truck. And Chris Carmody, who will try to keep things running smoothly on the field.
And we're followed with several commitments. One is we do have a commitment, Bill, to do the Chevrolet thing this week, no matter how long the game runs or anything like that.
Close to $1 million will change hands tonight, with UCLA and Ohio State sharing about $250,000 each with the other teams in their conferences.
Coming back out of that, of commercial one.
But it will all come from advertising, from commercials carefully tailored to the show's audience.
Bill, tag that.
That's already tagged.
Tag, okay.
Sedaris and Howard have to plan the broadcast knowing it must include 20 minutes of commercials, sold to advertisers at $40,000 a minute. The price depends on the show's rating, how many viewers it is likely to attract in competition with other programs. Tonight's game was rescheduled to avoid NBC's coverage of the Major League Baseball playoffs, but will still compete against the CBS Evening News, Lawrence Welk, and Mary Tyler Moore.
This is an entertainment medium. College football is entertainment, television is entertainment. They're in show business, whether they like it or not. We've talked to a lot of athletic directors, and they're all out there fighting for that entertainment dollar. And if you want to put on a show and you want to have a successful football program, you've got to be able to show those spectators something that they're going to be interested in.
Okay, and just sort of look up into the camera and ham it up.
Okay, it's 10 after 6 right now. That's what you have?
No, it's 10 after 5.
Chuck?
I don't even know if there's...
What? I just talked to the UCLA coaches. They're going with the light blue jerseys with the gold numbers trimmed in blue, dark blue. Not the mesh. They're going with the good ones.
It is now 12 minutes to 6. You are on at 6:01:30. Is this your best looking girl? That's what we really want.
Just like this, okay? You guys get behind him a little bit. Okay. All right.
I've got about 40 things I'm doing at once here.
Tommy, what's wrong with Slomo? I have no idea. We have no sync to the machines at all. Both of them have no sync? No sync.
It can't
Don't
be
give me
just
that
me.
crap. Everybody's a maintenance man. Get it fixed.
Damn, why can we not? Why do we have these problems here at the Coliseum?